Welcome to Keegan and Carlos's Scary Movie Podcast.
Each week, we watch and review scary movies from our giant list of films we've curated.
Each film more terrible than the last.
We watch them so you don't have to,
Or so that we can recommend it to you.
or so you can listen if you've seen them before.
Or so that I don't know, I just want to watch some scary movies.
And scary movies are great. You guys should listen to them.
Carlos, let's watch some
Again,
scary movies.
let's go watch some scary movies. Let's go!
I'm not turning anything off. What are you talking about?
Turn it off.
Like a light switch.
Flash it.
Cause we don't have the royalties.
That's a lot of dough. Speaking of dough,
Speaking of dough, there was no dough in this movie we watched because they were sans bread.
they were sans bread. No, I was going to say, speaking of dough, a female deer, that's a song from a musical. Speaking of musicals, I'm singing a song from a musical for the LCD season announcement.
You have already done that. Oh wait, no.
No.
That will have happened yesterday.
By the time we're recording this episode, I have not, but by the time this episode
And the
airs,
season will have been announced by now.
Yes, I'm excited to do it with the people I'm doing
Unless
it with.
are we gonna release this one?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't need to jump the line.
No.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're good.
Although, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it'll have already aired, but our Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah. When are we,
You know what we're watching?
yeah.
What?
Wait. Well, we've already released it, Thanksgiving,
I know.
which I have
I-
not seen.
Hate this movie, and I'm watching it for my brother and for you.
I can't wait. Wait, when are we recording that one?
I don't know.
I guess Thanksgiving night. Wait, were we going to release it on Thanksgiving?
I don't know. How do we want to do that?
We're going to have to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of
Keegan and Carlos, the Scary Movie Podcast,
where we try to figure things out on the air.
I
Live
like it.
on the air.
I like it. It's a little peek behind the curtain of how we work.
What kind of curtain?
Well, this curtain would probably be a shower curtain because it's like Psycho. 'Cause it's a scary movie.
Because it's a scary movie. I like
Yeah.
how you think. Speaking,
My mind just went to where yours probably was at. That's funny.
that was great. You understand me now. You get me.
I get it.
What?
Yeah, I'm just mouthing things to you.
Big girls.
No, never mind.
Mean girls.
Mean Girls. I did see J.J. Pierce's production of Mean Girls.
So, how was that? Because I had
It's
friends
good.
that were playing in the band for that.
There was no band.
Was there not?
No. Well, there was a piano and a drum.
Well,
Electric drum.
My friend was playing the drums.
Okay.
That's what I was like. I know someone was playing for it because he was like, "Yeah, I'm playing the
And you know-
official release or the."
They did a good enough job to where you didn't notice that it was
Yeah.
just a piano and drums.
That's awesome.
It was good.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw a lot of. Obviously, I have a lot of friends that are theater teachers,
Yeah.
and a lot of them were there, so I got to kind of be there in spirit.
In spirit, I didn't post a lot of pictures. Any, I think.
Why would you?
Yeah, I was busy trying to avoid as many of the 7,600 theater kids at the Grapevine.
7,600
Gaylord
people at
Texan.
the Gaylord Texan
Yeah,
with 110.
and now I'm here and I'm back and I'm happy I'm back.
You're back in black.
Hard B.
Slash it. Back in black. Was that good?
You're a regular Axel Foley.
That's sure am.
Oh, wait, no, he plays guitar. Scott Johnson. I don't know.
Scott.
I don't
Scott's
remember
Tots.
his name.
Tater tots, potatoes. Potato, you glad I'm going to go ahead and move to this transition?
Yes.
That was rough.
good. It's
Speaking
good. I
of
like it.
transition.
Oh, ooh, the lights.
Wait, do we not have lights this time?
We do.
Come on. You have one. Oh, the lights went off. What room number? Oh, I actually think I know this. What room number was Danny Torrance told to avoid in The Shining?
Oh no. It's 237.
Yep.
I couldn't remember it at first, and I was about to say 217, but I was like, no, that's in the book. No, that's the actual room that haunted Stephen King when he stayed at the Stanley Hotel when he
nice,
wrote The
nice.
Shining. But he specifically changed it for the book so nobody would avoid, or like nobody would like try to go back to it. But they still do it anyways.
Question number 2. This
Okay.
one I do know because I remember watching this in theaters.
All right.
A thick fog rolls in after a powerful storm, bringing deadly
Mist.
creatures. Yeah. I remember bringing deadly creatures in what 2007 film directed by Frank Darabont.
Unapologetically love that movie. The ending is so good.
And I liked it, but I think I remember someone I was talking to saying they didn't like it because the book ending is different than the movie.
Stephen King came out and said he likes the movie ending better because it has balls.
Ooh.
He was like, I kind of just didn't know how to end this, so I just had them going off into the fog, not knowing anything. He's like, this ending is much stronger than what I wrote.
Speaking of stronger,
Hey, good segue.
cocktail
Good segue.
time. So the movie we watched, obviously, it's new. The Menu, Dedoy, spoiler alerts. So I decided to go a little basic with it. So menus have ingredients on it.
Oh my gosh.
One ingredient is a lemon. So,
Get
or
out.
it could be a lemon.
Get out.
So we
Get
went
out.
with a lemon drop. But you may be looking at this, Keegan, and saying, but why is it not?
Is that a pink lemon drop?
So I kind of did my own thing.
Heck yeah.
So I'm going to call this a lemon berry drop. I will say what's in it later, but
You can name this anything you want. Why don't you go ahead and name it The Menu?
Ooh. We're going to clink it real quick. Carefully, because they're very full. And sink it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, okay, that turned out way better than I was expecting. So, so a lemon drop traditionally is going to be just vodka,
That's very good.
lemon juice, triple sec, and simple syrup. It's a very basic lemon drop recipe. My lemon berry drop is what I'm calling it. So, I experimented with making some homemade syrups, and I made a raspberry syrup, and I made a blackberry syrup. And so I figured, well, what goes good with lemons than berries? So instead of using simple syrup, I actually subbed and used raspberry and blackberry syrup.
It's very good.
So I'm calling this a lemon berry drop.
Lemon berry drop.
So you're welcome, world. So again, the menu, spoiler alerts, Dedoy. Here's your quick synopsis. We're going to pause. We did already go and see this because it's in theaters. So we'll pause and put the trailer, but here's your synopsises.
Yes.
A young couple travels to a remote island to eat at an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu with some shocking surprises.
Is that gonna fit everyone?
Easily. 12 customers total.
How do they turn a profit?
$12.50 a head, that's how.
What are we eating, a Rolex?
It's one of his classics. You have to try the mouthfeel of the mignonette.
Please don't say mouthful.
Tonight will be madness.
Welcome. We'll endeavor to make your evening as pleasant as possible.
Welcome to Hawthorne.
Here we are family. We harvest, we ferment, we gel.
They gel.
We gel.
He's not just a chef, he's a storyteller. The game is trying to guess what the overarching theme of the entire meal is going to be. You won't know till the end.
Who are you?
I am Margot. Why do you care?
I have to know if you're with us or with them. This menu,
The pictures, they're of us.
this guest list. How do they get these?
It's not good.
This entire evening.
This is just theater, it's stagecraft.
We're leaving now. Has been painstakingly planned.
This is real, isn't it?
What the hell is going on?
We now offer you a 45-second head start. Okay, 45 seconds starts now. This is what you're paying for.
Get out of my way.
It's all part of the menu.
It's okay.
No, we're gonna die tonight.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
You
You told him it was my birthday?
Seemed funny about 3 hours ago.
My butthole.
Literally started recording as soon as you said my butthole.
Hot. I mean, buttholes are pretty hot. Buttholes.
Oh my god. Well, it depends on what you eat.
Balls.
Depends
that
on what
whole
you
area?
eat, how spicy it is.
Man, can we talk about some spicy poops real quick?
Sure.
So I was hanging out with a friend who I will not name on the cast. Well, they've been on this cast. I can name them. It was Jonathan Garcia. The Jonathan Garcia.
The Jonathan Garcia.
And we went to go get Thai food, and I love Thai food. And I
got some spicy Thai poops.
I had some spicy Thai poops. I was like, you know what? Let's go for a 3 out of their scale of 5. So got my 3 pad Thai, and I was like, this is fine. Got about got some burps, dude. Got about halfway through the plate, and I was like, oh, it's starting to kick in. By the end of it, I was like,
no.
Sinuses feel real good. And I think I said as I was leaving, I was like, I'm going to have some real spicy poops. Literally the entire next day, the spiciest poops.
Oh.
And I went to the gym, and I took my pre-workout. So pre-workout mixed with spicy poop, stomach acid. Man.
Did you have some good indigestion going on?
I think I lost a lot of weight that day. Who needs laxatives?
Oh, just Thai food.
Thai food and pre-workout apparently will just clean you up.
What if you use Thai food as your pre-workout?
You're gonna carbo load and eat all the spices.
I had a student. She was like, "Do you want an almond?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take an almond." And I took an almond from him, and I started eating. And he goes, "What is this?" And he goes, "It's ghost pepper almond." It's like, you gotta tell me that, man. He goes, "No."
That sounds miserable.
You jerk.
I'm all for like wasabi peas or like some of those things, but like I don't need a ghost pepper almond or any of that stuff. Or like the whole like
miserable.
the spicy chip challenge or the spicy gummy bear challenge.
That is banned at my school.
Good.
They are not allowed to do the spicy chip challenge at my school.
Did I send you the spicy gummy bear?
Yes, I watched it. His reaction was amazing.
So there's this dude on
funny.
Instagram I follow. He always puts things, and he has his own brand of vodka called Vidoka Vodka. And he always puts things in vodka or others
and dissolves it into the vodka.
He'll let it sit there until it either disintegrates or something interesting happens, is what he says.
Yeah.
He put the world's hottest gummy bear in a thing of vodka, and he let it sit. I think he said, well, it's been 5 months. I couldn't bring myself...
he forgot about it. It was 6 months. A half a year, he forgot about it.
Well,
he
said he couldn't bring himself to want to do it because it's so spicy. Because he did a spicy chip challenge.
You could see it up behind him on his shelf.
So the gummy bear completely dissolved. So usually he'll do a bon appetit where he'll eat whatever was in there, but it all dissolved. So he just took a shot of this spicy infused vodka. He downed it and immediately just started like visceral reactions.
Oh man, yeah.
He was drooling instantly, couldn't breathe. The things people do for the interwebs.
All right, so here's the thing. If you want Carlos and I to do the spicy chip challenge, we need to reach this many subscribers, so you got to smash that like button.
Share it with your friends. Make sure you tell them to subscribe and smash that like button, and make sure you put on the bell to get instant notifications.
Hashtag spicy poops.
Oh gosh, I don't want those again. Yeah. So let's talk about this movie.
Man, I was digging this film.
This film, again, if you haven't seen it, like, go see it. This was good.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird ass movie. I liked it a lot.
Oh man.
So this is a brand new movie. Just came out November 18th, 2022.
2022.
Surprisingly, budget and all that stuff was actually posted.
Nice.
Which is weird because a lot of times with the
usually
new ones,
bigger blockbuster films might have it. It's a little bit. It's got a lot of names in it.
I'm really digging this drink, man.
Me too. This is a good, refreshing summer drink, if you will.
Pull drink. Add it to the list.
It's a good pull drink.
Actually, it really is a good pull drink. Yeah, because it's the raspberry cuts the tartness of the lemon, but then the blackberry brings some of that tartness back without it being super sour.
Because I don't like lemon drops.
Really?
I don't. I cannot do lemon. I like lemonade
because it's too acidic, right?
Yeah, it's
sour.
Too sour, too acidic. Yeah.
Because I was thinking, because I almost
acid reflux galore.
So the good thing with Keegan is we've hung out so well that I think we know what each of us likes and doesn't like. And I knew lemons. I know like peppermint things. I have to tone those down if I make them.
Yeah.
Anything with like licorice flavor, tone it down. So I thought I was like, he may not like the lemon drop if it's too sour. So I was like, this will be good. This will be good because it'll tone it down.
I love it.
Speaking of perfect, what's the perfect budget for this movie?
20 million.
Close. It's 35.
Okay.
Estimated. And then
I was
now
thinking a lot of it's probably just getting some known names into the movie.
Yeah. So we're recording this episode on November 20th. And I'm saying that because box office numbers are as of November 20th. Obviously,
Yeah, which is the Sunday it was released.
Yeah. Once the episode airs, box office probably will be higher. But as of November 20th, what do you think the U.S. box office is?
8 million?
Close, 9.
Okay.
And then what do you think worldwide gross for opening weekend as of the 20th?
20 million?
Close, 15.2 mil.
Damn, that's close. I went over.
You did. Price is
Right
Right
rules.
Sorry.
I'm out.
Sorry, Brian.
Ba-bum-ba-bum.
Also, speaking of Brian, go follow his production company called Bach Music. He talked about it on his last episode.
If you haven't yet, go do that.
Go do it. He posted a private YouTube link to all of Lend Me a Chainsaw, which we've talked about enough times now.
My voice is on YouTube now.
Yeah, we're YouTube
my
famous.
singing voice is on YouTube.
That's right. It is documented for the world to see. But yeah, go check it out. It's a short 90-minute watch.
Yeah.
It's a tight 90.
Was it a tight 90?
Roughly. I mean,
Okay.
I think there were some things that went a little bit longer.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to anything I wasn't in.
I mean, I didn't either, actually. And spoiler alert, I'm the first to die in the show, so I pretty much was like, great, I'm dead. And then I like booked it. I was like, I can go drink now.
I think you and I have the best deaths of the show.
Oh yeah, yours was good too. We won't tell you how. You have to go watch it, but go check it out. It is on there now,
and I hope this thing gets produced somewhere. It'd be great.
I'm saying go watch it and then go tell people that you know in the DFW area to produce the show because it's fun.
This trip's a nightmare.
Was that the show?
Yeah. You didn't sing that.
Oh, was that the
That's my favorite song of the show.
The quartet?
Yeah.
Or I say quartet, but that's the
it was so much fun.
Right? That Devin sang the solo for?
Yeah.
And then they're all like, shut up, Chad!
From bad to good. Don't think this trip can get much worse. It's like we've got some kind of curse.
So
nothing's turning out the way it should.
Really fun fact. Do you know where that melody comes from?
From Green Day?
No. That whole song is Brian
motivation. Where is my motivation?
Nope. I'll have to play it for you. The whole song is a blatant ripoff. And Brian told me this, which is why I'm okay saying blatant ripoff.
Okay.
Of a old computer math game. That was the song that played, and he played it for me one day while y'all were rehearsing it.
Yeah,
so I really dig this
I want to hear it. You're
Where
going to
did
have to let me hear it whenever we...
He played it. I was like, oh my... Like, harmonic progression, everything. It is,
you know what? No, screw it. Play it right now. I want to hear it.
I have to look it up.
Okay. Is it on the YouTubes?
It's on YouTube, but I couldn't remember what it's called.
I want to hear it.
I'll play it for you and you'll be like, that's the song. He sent it to his sister, who they both played it as kids. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Is that the math song?" It's like, "Yep."
I love that.
So
I love that.
Really fun fact about that. So yeah, I'll have to post it later. Rotten Tomatoes for this movie.
That was already. Last I looked, it was a 91%.
Ooh, it went down then.
Oh, what is it at?
What do you think? You have to guess.
So it went down 88.
Okay, didn't go down that far.
Okay, 89.
Not that far.
Oh, 90%?
Yeah. It was 90 when I looked as of today. And then the audience score.
Audience score, I don't know. This one I didn't look up. Because it was while I was like searching for the show times and stuff, the Rotten Tomatoes came up. Audience score, man. I'm going to say they disagree with critics on this one. I'm going to give it a 70.
80.
80? Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, they disagreed, but the margin is pretty close. I'm good with that one. And I'd give it higher than an 80 personally. But,
oh yeah, for sure.
Now
I think it's a very smart film, and it's
definitely a 90 and above for me.
Yeah, and I don't think it makes fun of pretentious. So like one of the things I talk about on the podcast a lot is like movies that I don't like whenever they're pretentious, and it's like they don't explain enough, and that causes them to be pretentious. Where the director's like, "Oh, look at my work, isn't it beautiful?" So like. One of the example that I use all the time is Midsummer, where I felt like there was a lot of style in that movie and the substance was trying to be hidden, into it, and it didn't do a good enough job of like hiding that this is about relationships and about family and like overcoming trauma. To be like, I was like, I get it. This, I feel like I'm gonna be looking at it years later and be like, oh,
it has a lot of
good
commentary.
I get that. Yeah,
a lot of really. We'll get to some of the more meaty stuff here. Kill count. Now this one, I'm gonna give a little bit of a margin of discretion because
I'm trying to figure out how many workers were on that island. Also, by the way, go watch this movie.
We said, we can't say it enough. Obviously, we're gonna spoil everything, but
go watch this movie.
So I will give a little discretion with the number as long as you're within what I have based off of the number of workers. I counted multiple times and it kind of came to the same number each time.
I didn't count a single time.
So I had to for the kill count.
There was probably 10 workers on each side. So 20. Plus all the guests, which were 12. So 32. So 40? Is the kill count 40?
I have 36. So when I counted...
Okay, not bad, yeah.
Not bad. When I counted...
Because I was at 32, and I was trying to think, I was like, there's got to be more than that, because other people joined in.
The chefs themselves, I counted... oh, crap. I believe 16 or 18. Then there was the main chef themselves. There was the mother. There was
That's right, yeah.
3, if I remember correctly, 3 blue coats is what I'm going to call them. And I'm talking the final scene. I'm not counting the people that died already.
Okay.
And then the maitre d', the one guy that kept pouring the wine.
Yeah. He's a character actor. He's been in lots of stuff. He was in Veep, the show Veep.
So, 16 was the number of chefs that I counted consecutively because I remember getting the number 22. So there's 22 of them. Plus, we had 12 people.
34.
Minus 1 because she walks out. So
That's
33.
right. Yeah, 33.
Then we have dude that hangs himself, 34.
No, he's part of the 12 guests.
Oh, sorry, he's already included. That's right. The angel.
Yep.
The
okay,
angel
34.
guy, the wings. The woman who follows her into the house that she stabs.
35.
And then
the chef.
The chef that shoots himself.
No. Ralph Fiennes, the chef.
He's included in my 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the chef that shoots himself.
The chef that shoots himself. So
Man,
that's how I got to my 36.
My body went like cold and like whenever that chef shot himself, I was like, oh, this is the movie we're in for. And like my heart dropped and everything was just like the tension was there and it was so good. I was like, oh, this is great. And then they're like, oh, it's theater. This is just part of the event. It's fake. It's a squib.
Because up to that part, you're like just kind of along for the ride. And it's it's very tongue-in-cheek how they... So this whole movie, I think we both have described it as a very twisted episode of Hell's Kitchen. What's his face? Ralph
Fiennes.
I was like, Ralph, right? Ralph Fiennes, a.k.a. Lordy Voldy, who does not play Voldemort in this one, but he plays what I'm going to call the Gordon Ramsay character.
The boy who lived, come to dine.
You do not like my food? He basically is playing a Gordon Ramsay character is what I'm going to call it.
But he's not as mean.
He's not as mean, but it's very like strict. Like he'll just like come in and go clap his hands and everyone like straightens up, all the chefs. So they all yell, "Yes, chef."
It's almost like it's a food cult that he's created because they all live in the same bunk.
They all live on the island.
They all live on the island in the same room.
Yeah.
Like there's just a bunch of beds
lined up side by side. Like no inkling of like expression or personalized.
Well, even his bedroom.
Oh yeah,
like the chef's bedroom.
One,
is a recreation of the kitchen and dining room.
Yeah, all
down
the tables
to the
laid
silver
out.
door.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the whole thing starts with people paid exorbitant amount of money to go to this dining experience, and they get to it's a 5-course meal.
They said it was like $1,200.
Yeah, all a part of the menu title. So when they get there, like they do a quick tour of like the island, like everything. The island, first of all, what a concept! Like everything comes from the island. They have their own bees for the honey. They get all their own seafood from the water.
Yeah, there's say like the guy was fishing and hunting for clams,
scallops and stuff. Yeah. They have a smokehouse. They have all their herbs. They have gardens. They have everything.
I thought something was going to happen with the smokehouse with like them eating it or something because she says something like if you
What happens
eat
if
it
we do
a day
153
before.
days?
Oh, then you die.
Well, the bacteria that's there would take over your body and you would have a most unpleasant death.
Okay, bye.
Follow me now. She was great, first of all.
Oh yeah, she was wonderful when she was going after like
That one
the
table with the three
businessman.
dudes.
Oh,
It's like,
the three
can we
dudes.
just get some bread? No.
No.
I'm sorry. Did you just say no to me? Yes. No.
I love his description of why they can't have bread. Bread is peasants' food. None of you are peasants, and they're all like, "No, give us some bread, please."
Yeah. I'm trying to. Let's see if we can remember the actual courses. So the first course.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to remember all these. Okay.
It was like it was the melon thing with the black seaweed thing with the
Yeah.
snow around the edge.
Oh, he loves his snow.
He loves his snow. So okay, let's talk about some of the guests. So we
Yeah.
have obviously the main two people. Crap,
But
what's her
all
name?
the guests, you find out all the guests are related back to him and his life in some way, shape, or form.
In some, yeah. So a good way for me, I kind of describe this as being like a version of like Saw, where everyone had done something bad.
Yeah.
and so this is their just desserts.
Poor John Leguizamo.
Just desserts.
Just desserts.
Because it's food. So it's like a Saw, or like if you're a video game person, like a Silent Hill, where you did something and that's why you're in Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And so everyone is there for a reason except Margot, who's Anya's character, because what's his butt, Tyler, was
gets broken up with his ex-girlfriend and invites a prostitute.
Yeah,
to
just
fill
so he has
the- yeah.
someone. Spoiler alert: he knows already that everyone that's on that island is going to die, and so he invites.
That's
this
why he's so
prostitute.
excited about everything. He's like, "This is my last meal. I'm excited to eat all of this stuff."
Yeah, he's
This
like
place is-
fanboying over.
Nicholas Hoult does a great job in this.
Oh, he does. They all do
Yeah.
great, but
That's
he's
a
like
great cast.
fanboying over everything. Like they play up him up at being like the brown nosing Gordon Ramsay
Mm-hmm.
lover, to the point where later we'll get to his death in a second. But they like, you get a chef's coat, like kind of, like in Hell's Kitchen, where it's like black coats.
Well,
black
his
coats.
character is super interesting too, because I think a lot of this, like a lot of things in the movie, relates back to kind of the commentary that they're wanting to tell, which is whenever you put somebody on a pedestal, or they're higher up, or they're like this big known person in any industry that they're in, their personality starts to shift and change, and you start getting like brown nosers. And when you start attracting those type of people, all they're good at doing is just regurgitating information back at you. They have no idea how to actually perform the task. And so he thinks that, oh yeah, he's going to walk me over and do all these great things and wonderful things. And it's like, no, he knows you're just regurgitating information back to him that you happen to know.
Yep.
And he's calling you out on your BS. And he's tired of he created him.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I got to kill this monster that I created.
Yeah. Well, and this whole movie also does a good job, I think, about talking about passion. So kind of playing to what you said, like when you get so much of a certain level of whatever you are, whether it's a singer, a chef, and you become such a high named person, that it's so easy for you to lose your passion of what started you to doing it, that by the end of it, you're passionless and you're just doing it and following the same routine of doing whatever it is you do, but you've lost it. And for him, that's the big thing, is that he's lost his passion for cooking, and that becomes his quote unquote downfall, but also his turnaround in the end.
Yeah,
is that in the end he
finds the passion,
his passion again, thanks to Margot.
What was the first thing that I did after this movie, Carlos?
So the thing that helps him find, he got his start cooking cheeseburgers, and in the end, Margot, we're going a little out of order, but
That's all right.
Sends the food back, and she like pulls a Gordon Ramsay, like claps, like, "Chef, I'm unhappy with the food.
I'm sending it back. I'm sending it back.
And I'm starving. I'm hungry." It's like, "How hungry are you?" "Starving." I was like, "What can I make for you?"
And he's probably never heard anybody say that since. Or he's probably never heard anybody say that I'm sending it back or anything like that.
Because he's literally like, when we say he think Gordon Ramsay, he's literally like the Gordon Ramsay.
And that was him making that cheeseburger, was just him going back to his roots,
love
and
in his roots.
Yeah,
he started as a cheeseburger person back in some old shop in like the 70s.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy finds the picture of him
because he keeps it on his table.
Yeah,
like a single frame in the middle of the table, just of him, like it's his prized possession. And that's what brings him joy. And so he gets to do what makes him happy. Just make a good ass cheeseburger.
And it looked amazing. That looks like the type of
like a
cheeseburgers I make
smashburger
on the flat top.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then he
amazing.
puts it all together, and then he puts the bun and just like
Slowly presses it, and you
all
see
the juice.
Oh man, it looks so good.
So after the movie, I drove separately. Keegan texted me. He's like, "Hey, I really want a cheeseburger. Do you want one?" I was like, "Yeah."
You just sent me the.
I just sent you the bra. And so we had cheeseburgers when we got back to the house.
Sonic double cheeseburgers. They were good too.
It hit a good spot,
man.
Well, and I told Keegan, I was like, it's funny, when I was looking up stuff for the movie, someone's review was like 5 stars. Immediately wanted a cheeseburger afterwards. I was like, I don't get that, but okay. And then after watching it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Glad we got some cheeseburgers.
I get it now.
I almost went to Brahms and got the bag of burgers.
I love Brahms. So this film was directed by Mark Mylod, if I'm saying that correctly.
I've never heard of him.
You've seen his stuff. So
Okay.
he's directed episodes of Succession, which I've never watched.
Okay.
Episodes of Game of Thrones. We're
Okay.
doing a very constant
Yeah,
Game
I know,
of Thrones
right?
directors.
Actually, yeah, the episode before this one would be
Game of Thrones guys as well.
yeah.
And then Shameless, which I've also never watched.
Okay.
And it was
So he's a TV director.
Yeah, he's done a lot of TV. And this was written by Seth Reiss, Reiss, and Will Tracy, neither of which I really knew.
Did you look up their work or anything?
I looked up some, and I didn't
Okay.
recognize some. I got some on Will, though. This was also, fun fact, produced, we talked about this, by Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Comedian Will Ferrell, SNL, Anchorman, Elf. Mm-hmm. The only Will Ferrell that we all know is like, that can't be the same Will Ferrell. No, it is.
It is, yeah.
So the screenwriter, Will Tracy, he came up with the idea for this movie. After visiting Norway, he took a boat to a fancy restaurant on a nearby private island, and then he realized they were trapped on the island until the meal was done. And so that kind of conceptualized the whole idea of the menu and doing a whole thing that you're trapped on an island.
There's this news article, not news, but like a blog post article that I read. I think Christy Hoth sent it to me. Or sorry, Kudlicki sent it to me. Or to our group chat like a year, 2 years ago. And it was these people in France that got stuck in this taste test thing where it was like throughout the night they were eating like foam and like essence of smoke throughout the, like, it was the most, and they each paid like $250 each to be there, and they were just like, I hate this. This is the worst experience of my life. And it reminded me of that, where it was like you get stuck somewhere and you're just like eating foam and like paste from some chef that's like, oh wait, this is specifically meant to hit this taste bud back here, and then it hangs on the palate and you taste that bitterness that's really bad. Yeah, that's meant to I'm like, no, it's just bad food.
No, it's meant to enhance it. You're going to get the umami flavors of this portion of it.
You're going to get the emoji.
The bitterness will sit on the back of the tongue, but that's meant to sit there so that when you try the next course, it enhances it, because then you get the bitterness against the sour, and it makes for a fully emotional journey.
I'm like, I get it. I get why people would like this. This is not for me.
Give me a fucking steak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a one F-bomb.
One F-bomb. We did it.
Like, I want, like, just give me good, wholesome, homemade style food.
Yeah.
Like, I just like a good hearty meal.
Man, give me some shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
Give me a big old bowl of mac and cheese with a crust on top.
And not to say I can't appreciate the finer fine dining things,
For
and
sure.
I can enjoy those things, but like I would much rather spend a lot of money on a really good meal than a lot of money on a meal that's gonna try to like activate this taste bud here.
Well, and that's
do this into there.
Everyone that's at this dinner is, I'm gonna just call them all pretentious.
Oh, so that's what was fun about this too, is that it's because pretentious gets thrown around a lot, and I throw that word around a lot too. But I hate pretentiousness.
Yeah, me too.
But this in particular, they do a really good job of really introducing the pretension of these people. So like the food critic, when she comes in and just starts saying things, and like
her
assistant's not really that pretentious, because the things that he's saying, it's like, oh yeah, okay, and then she corrects him and he's like, oh no, you're right. I'm like,
the go-getter, like just agrees with whatever she says. Like, The second course was like it was the breadless thing
Yeah.
where they just do like little dollops of different foams
That
different
would go on bread if we were to
pastes,
have it.
different things, but no bread. So you get a little wooden spatula to just get the paste or the foam. It's your breadless.
And Nicholas Holt's character, he's just Tyler, right?
Yeah, Tyler.
He's
He's
just
taking
eating it
pictures
up.
of it, loving it. He's all about this. And Anya, as character Margot, she just like this is. She's what everyone else is saying. Like
Yeah.
this is dumb. Like she just wants the cheeseburger in the end.
She's the audience in this.
She's like,
She's
this
the
is
audience's
dumb. Why
view.
do you like this? Like, I appreciate that. I can appreciate this,
Yeah.
but I don't want this. And then like the chef like notices her and is like, why aren't you eating the food? What don't you like? And like specializes her like, tell me about yourself. Like follows her
Yeah.
in the girls' bathroom that one part, which was
Yeah.
like, that's
she just wants a
creepy.
cigarette.
Which
God, when Nicholas Holt started talking to her like that, I was like, oh, you don't talk to people like that.
and like snapping at her.
Snap, he's like, did you just snap at me?
You need to apologize to me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got. I mean, again, I kind of want to go back. So I actually am going to see this again because my buddy Max wants to see it. And I was like,
Yeah.
I've already seen it, but I know this is a movie I'm going to want to see. So I'm actually
Yeah, it starts,
excited
like, unlocking
to see it
things,
again
yeah.
because I want to see his psyche, knowing ahead of time that
he's
he
gonna
knows
die.
he's going to die.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's certain choices. I'm like, I think he's making that. I just want to see it. I want to see it again, knowing that he knows he's going to die and why he's making his decisions.
Oh, man.
So there's one thing that, like, they talk about it in the very, very first scene where she's smoking her cigarette, and he's like, "You really shouldn't smoke; it ruins your palate." Yada
Yeah.
yada. And that plays into her whole thing of like she doesn't like any of this stuff because she's deemed to have a quote unquote bad palate as well. And she even sneaks away in the bathroom to have another cigarette, and where the chef follows her and is like, "I need to talk to you. Why don't you like my food? Why aren't you eating any of it? Like, I need to know who you are. I need to know about." Because again, she was not supposed to be there. He has painstakingly planned this whole menu, quote unquote, the menu. Which ends with s'mores. I'll just say that for now.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
It ends with s'mores.
Like, legit, this is a funny movie. It is really funny.
It's so tongue in cheek. So
Yeah.
every, we should say, every course they introduce, they do it very fancifully, where they'll like show like a very Hell's Kitchen where they'll zoom in. It's so beautifully plated, and then they'll put what the course is.
title
Course
of it.
1, the title, and then the ingredients, and that comes
The
back.
Mess.
So-
Oh my God, The Mess was
So
great.
course 3 is called The Mess. And they put this giant white tarp with sprigs of something all around it. And the chef calls his one of his sous chefs out there and is like,
Yeah.
"Are you happy, chef?" "Yes, chef." Do you want to have my life?" "No, chef." "Do you love what you're doing?" And like basically like tears him down emotionally to the point where he's like he hates what he's like. You get the sense he hates what he's really
and
doing.
The Mess is literally
him shooting himself. Like they close the tarps behind them so they can
So it doesn't
cover
spray
for the
the
blood
kitchen.
splatter. And he shoots himself, and people are like, of course, freak out. And then the freaking food critics like, "Oh, the theatrics!
Oh, this is great.
This is great! Oh my gosh, it's theatrics! It's
She
just
doesn't realize that it's real.
yeah." And of course, half the people are like freaking out. And
Uh-huh.
he's like, "Please just sit back down, everyone. Please just sit down." Oh, the one old guy who like refuses to sit back down. They're like,
Yeah,
"We want to
they
leave. We
cut
want to
his
leave."
finger
And they're
off.
like, "Is it your left hand or your right hand?" It's like, "I'm sorry." It's like, "Which one do you want?" It's like, "We just want to leave." "Okay, left hand, ring finger," and they just cut his ring finger off.
Yep.
I think that's
But
the
I
first
like
thing
that
we
they
get.
did that because they cut his ring finger off.
The
of his
wedding
left
ring,
hand, his
yeah.
wedding ring, and that
'Cause-
marriage was over
Yeah.
at that point.
Well, so we find out with that couple, he has a connection to Margot.
Because that's a prostitute that he slept with before.
Yeah, well, didn't even sleep. He paid her to
Oh,
watch
that was
him.
gross. Yeah.
He paid her to watch him masturbate.
Yeah.
And give him positive affirmation, say that she's his daughter, and
yeah.
that he's a good man. He's a good man.
Gross.
Yeah, because the wife is like, "I swear we know her. Don't we know from somewhere?" He's like, "Because oh yeah, now it makes sense." Because when she walks in, he's like, "Switch seats with me," because he doesn't want to look at
Yep.
the shame.
Yep.
Because everyone has a secret there, and then there's the food critic who has just destroyed other restaurants. So remember,
She destroyed other. She loved his stuff.
yeah, gave him
but
a great review.
destroyed
Destroyed
lots of other restaurants.
You have the failed actor who's there
Just because he's not good in a movie.
He's bad at one movie, which happened to be on the chef's one day off. He
fact
watched
that
it.
the Coast Guard was fake and comes in and says, "Oh, I liked you in that movie. My wife and kids liked you," and then turns out he's in it. It's like, "Oh, you're trying to build him," and then
I did call that when I was like, "No, this is a test.
Yeah.
This is a test," because he's gonna. When he wrote the signature, I was like, he wrote a message, and that's his test to be like, "Nope, someone told." And then there was the 3 dudes that had the fake accounts and stuff like that, with all the money and stuff like that. So they have a course 4. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something about his mom's there the whole time getting drunk in the corner.
Oh, the breast. No, the thigh.
It was
the chicken thigh.
Memories. I was like, what was it called? Course 4 is Memories, where he tells us memory of his dad coming home drunk and his mom yelling at his dad and wrapping the phone cord around her neck and him yelling, begging to stop. So he grabbed the kitchen shears and stabs him in his thigh. And I should have stabbed him in his neck. And so then I will say though, the chicken thigh looked really good.
That part looked really good.
The chicken thigh, and then they did some homemade tortillas.
God,
but each tortilla had a different picture laser etched on it. Mm-hmm. So like Tyler had all the pictures of him taking pictures of that night.
Yeah.
All the 3 business guys that had all their receipts,
bank accounts and stuff,
of their bank accounts, their routing numbers, all the illegal stuff. The guy
food critic had
the restaurants that shut
restaurants.
down because of her. The husband and wife had the woman that he's cheated on her, the prostitutes and stuff. It was very interesting.
And then the John Leguizamo had just this movie poster.
The movie poster from the do you remember the name of the movie?
Dr. Sunshine, something like that.
Just the picture of his movie. He's like, yeah, I was in that one. I remember that one. And then the next course they make, was that the one where they make the guys all run out?
Yeah, and then they have to like hide from the
They get a 45-second head start, and it's basically a game of hide and seek. I thought they were going to kill them.
Same, yeah.
But it's just basically cat and mouse. The women get to go back inside and eat like a crab foam. It was an emulsion.
An emoji.
They're like, oh, I really love the crab foam. And the girl's like, yeah, I love the emoji on it. And everyone's like, oh, God. Because they're trying to like make it sound good. But the sous chef is like crying. And she's like, we don't have to die. She's like, oh, no. The whole concept of everyone dying, it's my idea. I'm very proud of it. She's like so happy that she pitched this idea of everyone dying.
Everybody dies.
So fun fact about the food, because the food does look absolutely delicious in this movie. The actual food.
Yeah.
Not the like cracker stuff. Like I want real food. But the food layouts were prepared by a renowned French chef, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, but Dominique Sren, the only female chef in the United States to attain 3 Michelin stars for her restaurant, Atelier Cren. We'll say that's correct, in San Francisco, and that's as of 2016. Though many of the cast and crew were often tempted to taste the delicacies between takes, they had to be reminded that the food was predominantly props and inedible.
Yeah.
So many of what we saw, unfortunately,
so she designed it, but it wasn't edible.
Most of it was not edible. But it looked really good. Like,
oh, yeah.
I would have, other than like the first couple courses.
Those s'mores looked amazing.
I bet they were delicious. So, fun fact, a lot of the beach scenes, because it takes place on an island, those were shot in Jekyll Island, which is in Georgia. Which, for me, that's cool because
Georgia.
Having grown up mostly in Georgia, we took trips to Jekyll Island. So I was like, oh, I know that place.
That's funny.
The main character, Margot, was originally not cast as Anya.
Who was the original cast?
Emma Stone.
Okay.
So originally it was supposed to be Emma Stone, and it was going to be directed by Alexander Payne. I don't know who that is, and I didn't look up their name.
Sounds familiar.
Alexander Payne, yeah. His name is
that guy
Alexander
sounds
Payne,
hard to work with.
He's a pain. But then in 2021, post-pandemic or post everything closing down, they recast with Anya and then Mark Mylod as the director. And then we've mentioned John Leguizamo's character. Did you get any hints of any kind of acting from his character portrayal?
What do you mean?
He based his character on a specific actor. Did you get any hints of like he's playing so and so in that?
No.
Steven Seagal.
Okay.
Was supposed to be his character
inspiration.
basis, inspiration, yeah.
Okay. Loose inspiration.
Loose, yeah,
inspiration.
loose. Like a loose 90, but a loose
Yeah.
inspiration. So another fun fact, and this kind of tied into the whole silver door. So when they're going, before she's going to the restroom, she sees this like silver door, right? And there's some stuff kind of etched on it, and she's like, "You can't go in that room. I'm just looking for the restroom. It's right here. What's behind the silver door?"
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what she says, but like you couldn't imagine or you couldn't fathom it. But on the silver door, if you notice, there was like a figure with a kind of a halo around their head, very spiritual, religious.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very much like old religious paintings where you have like the halo and like the sun behind their head. So 12 guests, 12 apostles, final supper, last supper.
Yeah, final supper, last supper.
So there is kind of a spiritual religious tie to it, the whole 12 apostles.
Interesting.
And literally
I
being
love that.
the last
I love
supper. And then, because there were some like spiritual figures like etched in those silver doors that don't really play too much into it. But
yeah.
so eventually they all come back and they're having their last course. And then Anya's character, she finds out that Tyler... Oh, no, we need to talk about Tyler's death. So he comes to
poor
Tyler and like basically calls him out about
Not
how...
poor Tyler.
No, he deserves to die.
F that guy, but...
Calls him out for that. He knew everyone was going to die, yet he still invited this random person who was not on the guest list, knowing she was going to die.
Yep.
And of course, Anya, a.k.a. Margot, jumps across the table and like not even slaps, like she punches him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You've deserved this." And I thought this was really tongue-in-cheek because it was like a black jacket from Hell's Kitchen where it's you've earned this. And they do the jacket and he puts it on. They write his name on it in marker. And he's like, "All right, everyone gather on for the demonstration. He's going to cook. What do you want? We have everything." And so
oh my God, it's so passive-aggressive.
he cooks leeks, shallots, butter, and then lamb. And he makes it. They plate it.
New. This is so new. I've never seen this before.
So passive-aggressive. And it was great, though. He cuts in. And, of course, we're all like, "Oh, that's so raw."
Yeah.
And then they do the thing where they present the course and everything, and it's called Tyler's Bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's great.
Undercooked lamb, and badly cooked shallots and lamb, and it's just
Crappy butter sauce.
And then he whispers something to him, which we never hear. I want to know what he says. And you see Tyler just take the coat off, start loosening his tie, turns around, and he's just starting to like break down and bawl. Later on, we see that he's just hung himself with his tie. For whatever the chef killed him, like he destroyed his love, and
he knew he was dying anyway, so he was like, "Well, I'm gonna die this depressing death."
Yeah, seriously.
Ugh.
And then we have dessert.
Oh, dessert! The simple joys.
The simple joys of a wonderful campfire s'more.
His disdain for s'mores was so funny.
So it's not the s'more that you may be thinking,
but he hates s'mores, so he was like. It's a perfect way to go out in a fire, though.
Yeah. So he does a very much, we'll call it a deconstructed large-scale s'more.
Deconstructed large-scale s'more.
I mean, it is.
That's
all the
funny.
components are deconstructed.
It's true. Oh,
so
yeah.
He starts...
Also, those graham crackers were very flammable.
Very flammable.
I assume they were
laced.
Like, yeah,
they had to be laced. I mean, they were pouring wine and alcohols and stuff all over the floor.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So all the chefs come out. They start sprinkling graham cracker in kind of a design. And you know, like when you're plating something with fine art and you do like a dollop of something and you use the spoon and you like scrape it on the side. They do that, but like large dollops on the tables. And then they come up to everybody with these marshmallow like collar things that they put,
so they can't move.
They almost look like like
furs,
like,
ruffle.
Yeah, like ruffle fur things that you'd wear. And then they top everyone off with a like chocolate, like
literally a chocolate hat.
Like a chocolate fez. They almost look like fezzes, but bigger.
Giant
and they all just
hat.
sit there. So they're they're s'mores. Like everyone is the s'mores.
And you see the chocolate melting into the woman's eye.
Yes.
The poor woman.
Like the maitre d' is like just doing alcohol everywhere.
Yeah.
And he goes and grabs a hot ember. So this is after the whole cheeseburger bit, which we've already talked about.
Yeah. Oh man,
she's like,
so good.
"I'm sending it back. I'm not happy." So she gets she's like, I think I was eating with my eyes. I'd like to ask for this to go, please.
And he's like, yeah, let me get that
So
for
he
you.
puts it in a box, gets her to go bag, and says, how much, well, is that going to set me back? $9.95, puts a 10, and she walks back, and he says, thank you for coming.
Yep.
And she gets to leave. There's a boat there, and she escapes.
Yep.
Meanwhile, he goes...
And he even says, he's like, it's that easy to leave. Why didn't you all just leave? And they all just sort of sit there.
He asks them, he's like, none of you fought back. He
Yeah.
literally calls them out and says, why didn't you fight back? He's not wrong.
Yeah. That's the part where I was annoyed at the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, my suspension of disbelief can only go so far, and it's really teetering right here.
Yeah. But also, they are trapped on an island.
Yeah, they think that he's done everything in his power to make sure they know that they can't leave.
Yeah.
Even though they probably could.
And he makes, we didn't talk about the one dude. He makes a demonstration of this person, his quote unquote boss, if you will, who funded him and kept him afloat during COVID, ties him up and puts angel wings on him. And he's like, shh, just close your eyes.
Because it's his angel donor, I think, or something.
Angel donor, yeah. He's like, just close your eyes.
Angel
they start
investor.
lowering him into the water. Angel investor, yeah.
Yeah.
And then until the point where he just completely submerges and you see him die in the water. And he's like, you hear that silence? I'm free. Because now he doesn't have a boss.
Yep.
But that was also the boss of the three
dude bros.
Dude bros who they told him it was one of their birthdays. It's like, you told him it was my birthday, which is in the trailer.
Yeah.
But it was still funny seeing it in the movie. I was like, you told him it was my birthday? Thought it was funny 3 hours ago.
Oh.
But yeah, so then he goes and grabs a hot ember from the oven.
In his hand. He holds it in his hand because he has calloused up his hand
calluses,
so much.
You can't hurt me. He has a whole bit where he holds it over an open flame. He drops it in the apparently extremely flammable graham crackers. And it just instantly combusts and everything catches on fire. There's the one
barrel that she goes and gets earlier explodes.
Oh yeah, that's how the one sous chef woman dies. She gave me vibe. She's giving Black Swan, but also I was getting Black Swan
Natalie
vibes
Portman
because she was like, he didn't tell me that. I didn't forget. It was the very much of her going like, I was perfect.
Yeah.
She's like fighting with him because she's like, you're not going to replace me. He didn't tell me about the barrel. I didn't forget. I was perfect.
But he sees, for me, he sees all these people and what they've turned into for him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not okay with this anymore. So like, that's why he's like, no, they all got to die too. Like,
yeah.
I've massively really messed up and I just got to burn all this stuff.
And so he flat out tells Margot, Anya's character, everyone's dying tonight.
Yeah.
Are you with them or are you with me? Like, he's flat out told her everything.
Yeah.
So she knows too. He says, you have 15 minutes. I'm going to take a break between courses and I want you to tell me whose side that you're on. Puts the timer on. Is like, Chef would like to speak with you now in his office. Again, Very Hell's Kitchen, where he calls them up one by one to talk about them. Who do you think the weakest chef is? He called someone a dumbass at one point.
A donkey,
which
again, we cackled at that.
Very
We're like, oh
Gordon.
my God, he got him.
Very Gordon Ramsay. But yeah, so she knew all that time. So that's how she died. The one sous chef died because he shot himself. That was the mess. But yeah, he drops the embers and then everyone just explodes. The one critic lady has the chocolate melting in her eyeballs. And then Anya's character, she escapes. She turns back around as she's sitting on top of her boat.
Sees the explosion.
And what does she do to celebrate?
Eats a cheeseburger.
She eats that damn cheeseburger. And that's how the movie ends.
And we got a cheeseburger.
And then we got cheeseburgers.
Sonic burgers, baby.
It just hit the spot. Man, what a ride of a movie.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I loved it.
It was weird, but man, I liked it. It's so smart. I'm excited to see it again.
The pretentiousness of fame and food.
Fame and food and just the glory and that it's not all what it's cut out to be.
Yeah.
Because they were all so unhappy.
And I think that's at the end of the day, that's what it was. It was like the food critic realized that like, oh, I'm a jerk. And it was the actor realized he's a terrible actor. It was the husband and wife realizing their marriage was over. It was the three guys realizing like, oh, we're pieces
We've
of crap.
done really bad things.
Yeah.
It's a small moment, but I think it's a very tender moment where Margot looks back when she's about to leave and the wife, who they've kind of connected because the wife connects two and two. It's like, so you know my husband when they were doing the love. So she kind of puts two, It's not
Go.
it's not delivered, but it's kind of assumed that she connects two and two, so she knows the truth because she remembers the tortillas.
Yeah.
But she looks and she goes. She gives her like a little hand motion of like, just
Like,
go.
no, like, you can survive
It's
this.
okay.
Get at it.
Just-
We already know we're dead.
We've done what we've done. You live.
Yeah.
And it's so quick. It's just a little hand gesture, but I was like, that's a very tender, touching.
Oh,
moment.
yeah.
I really enjoyed
For
that.
sure.
That's the menu.
That is the menu.
Y'all go see it. It was fun. I really like this movie. I'm excited to see it again.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I'll watch it again once it's on, once it's streaming.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely see it again. I really enjoyed it.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. What is happening?
Is that me? Hold on, I bumped into something.
Do you hear that? Was that weird? Oh my gosh. Things are happening. While Keegan is fixing something, let's sing an ode to Greg the Zombie. Oh my gosh. That has reverb now.
I'm good. I got it.
We're good.
Well,
We
the
got it.
audience
We got
can't
it.
hear the reverb,
Oh,
just us.
That's fine. So, Keegan, what do you rate this movie?
On a scale of the mess to Tyler's bullshit, I give it.
Undercooked lamb.
I give it. Yeah, the undercooked lamb. I give it 12 spicy s'mores people. Wait, no, there's not 10 spicy s'mores people.
Spicy s'mores?
Spicy s'mores people.
Spicy s'mores.
Spicy s'mores people on
Spicy.
fire.
On a scale of emojis to
Emulsion.
no. She said, "I love the emojis."
Emojis.
Obviously, she didn't know it was
Oh, yeah.
emulsion, but on a scale of oh my gosh, do you hear that? Is that just me?
I think it's just the headphones. It's not happening in the recording. I
Okay.
accidentally pulled on the. I need a longer cable for my headphones.
Okay. As long
It's
as
just
I-
pulling on the headphone things that connects to yours too.
Guys, things are happening. It's crazy.
It's almost like I should just cut all of this and not put it in the episode.
Nah, we don't do that. Scale of emojis to 154-day aged smoked meat.
Not 153.
Don't want 153. You'll die.
154.
I'm gonna give this movie. You said 12.
Well, I said 12 because I thought there were 12 s'mores people, but 2 of the guests had already left at that point.
Left or died.
Yeah.
So I'll also give it a 10 because 10 out of 10 is a good movie.
Yeah.
10 mouthfeels.
Don't ever say mouthfeel again.
Too
I
late.
love that. That was
Mouthfeels.
funny. Mouthfeels.
So yeah, guys, go see this movie. It's fantastic.
I want to hear your thoughts on when you go and see it again and come back. Like the relationship between Nicholas Hoult and Anya Taylor-Joy, like Tyler and Margot. Like, is it obvious at the beginning that he has hired a prostitute?
Because you don't know.
So go
she's
back
a
and watch it from
prostitute
that perspective.
until well into it. And
Yeah.
she eventually says, "I don't remember. Do you remember her real name?"
I don't.
She
I
says
don't
it in that
remember.
one
Yeah.
scene with the females. Like, my name is this, by the way. If anyone wants to know,
Erin.
was it Aaron
Yeah, it was Erin. Her name was Erin.
from Nebraska or something?
Yeah.
'cause-
No, she was from Nebraska as Margot.
Oh, okay.
Grand Islands, Nebraska, something like that.
Something like that. Because even the chef was like, "You're not a Margot. I've cooked for
Yeah.
many Margot." Like, it's very weird. His mind.
He says like go back to Nebraska or something like that.
Yeah. So no, I'll give you my thoughts afterward. I see
Yeah,
it again.
I'm
'cause
curious.
I'm just curious of the things that'll jump out that didn't jump out before. Speaking of jumping out,
Yes.
what are we going to get a light change? That's fine. Well, oh, yes,
Just
the lights
lag,
are
a little
on.
lag.
What 2005 movie contains elements of both supernatural and a courtroom drama? 2005.
Some
Oh,
Exorcist
yeah.
movie. I have no clue.
You're actually right. Exorcism
It's
of Emily Rose.
I was gonna say that, but then I was like, no, that's not a courtroom. It is a courtroom.
It is.
Yeah.
This is like, and I just talked about that when you had the other day.
And I
with,
got Jennifer Carpenter's
Bones.
autograph on
Oh
the
yeah, on the poster, right? Or
like a little
thing. Yeah.
little page.
Next question.
All right.
What 2008 French horror movie involved the flaying of the main character in order to allow her to reach a state of transcendence? My gosh.
High Tension? No.
No, and I have not seen this one.
The flaying of the cat, like flaying her skin off.
Like Bobby flaying.
I'm trying to think of other French horror films. High Tension's really kind of the only one that I
French
really know.
horrors?
French
Horrors.
horns. 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 French horns.
Horns.
I have no clue what that movie is.
Martyrs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Do you know Martyrs?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it. If we watch it for the podcast, it's going to be an intense one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough one.
Maybe that'll be a season 2 one.
Yeah, there's another one called Climax that Christy and Matthew want us to watch.
Climax.
And it's it's about a dance troupe who accidentally
Climax?
while they are partying ingest something like bath salts and start like killing each other.
Sounds like a Bryce Biffle movie.
Oh, Bruce Baffle.
That can be a season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm up for it in this month right now.
So Keegan and I have already talked. So we're gonna get through the rest of this year.
Yeah.
We'll have our finale. We've already kind of picked out what the movie is going to be. It'll be our Christmas episode.
Yep.
And then we're gonna take a little breaksies. As we
We'll
get
be
to the
back
new
in
year,
March.
we'll be back. Yeah, we'll figure out exactly when, but we're gonna
Yeah.
keep posting on Instagram and stuff. So we're still keeping up with y'all and doing some fun stuff.
And we're going to keep recording episodes.
Yeah, so we have a backlog and stuff. But
Yeah.
we're just gonna take a little break from release, and that way we can, just take a break from things. But we're still gonna do our things, and we'll keep y'all posted on Instagrams.
Yep. We will.
Speaking of Instagrams, so I think I told you I was choreographing my friend's middle school show, Addams Family Jr., which I know you hate the show.
Yeah. I don't hate the show. I'm not a big fan of it.
I'm just kind of done with it. Also, everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
I think Firehouse, they have that on their season. I'm like, oh, look, another one.
Oh, yeah. That is on their
They released their season, and I was like, the whole season is kind of meh.
Spam-A-Lot. I love Spam-A-Lot.
I do too. I just don't know if I want to do it there.
Oh, I'm not good. I can't do it there.
Well,
I'm too
depends
busy at the time.
who is also doing all the things. But
Yeah. I don't
they're
get
also
Saturday
doing
Night Fever.
Yeah, that's weird. And Newsies in that space. That's a small
Yeah.
stage. I mean, they did Cats there, so. Anyway, we had a new 8th grader this year.
Okay.
Who got the lead. He was Gomez Adams.
Nice.
Great voice, really talented actor. Worked with him a lot to get him good on his dancing. Turns out, as a kid, he was on a national tour with Broadway. He toured
For
nationally.
Addams Family?
No, he toured nationally around the globe for Les Mis.
Nice.
He was Gavroche.
The little kid that gets shot.
Yep. Spoilers.
Aw.
But yeah, I was like,
they miss spoilers.
this kid has toured the world with a Broadway
Wow.
equity tour of Les Mis. And now he's in my friend's middle school.
That's awesome.
I was like, can we fill you? Like, I think we kind of like joked with him, and his mom was just like, how mad would you be if we just like held him back? Just, so we can have him for like another year.
Nice.
He has a great voice for a little kid.
Nice.
Like an
That's
8th grader.
awesome.
Yeah. So bummed that he's gone, but
Yeah.
we were very glad to have him. It was a good run. It closed the same time that your Puffs did, which I
Yeah.
got to see Keegan's production.
Oh my gosh.
So much fun.
You came to the Friday night show, right?
Yeah, because I couldn't come on Saturday.
Okay, that was
'cause
one
I
of our weakest shows. But
Really? I thought it
they
was
did-
fun.
They did a good job. They did a really good job.
Y'all have some talented, and I know I won't say names, but I know there's some kids that listen to this cast. So shout out to y'all. Y'all were funny. Y'all were amazing. I thought the show was hilarious. I was crying, laughing.
Oh yeah.
Y'all were fantastic. You were fantastic. Your assistant director is fantastic.
I love
It was
this.
just a fun time all around.
Yep.
And if y'all don't know what Puffs is, it is a comedy telling of.
You'd never seen it before, right?
No, I've seen Puffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a comedy telling of the Harry Potter story, all the books told from the perspective of the Puffs.
Yep.
And it is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
can't-
It's just we got called out. Me and my co-teacher got called out a lot because we'd be sitting there in the audience watching, and we would be laughing our butts off, or like crying laughing, and like
it's
the
always
kids were
funny.
like, haven't you seen this like 100 times? Like, yeah, it's still funny.
Well, it's like when Christy and I would be in the booth watching SpongeBob. Like,
Yeah.
we still would laugh at the same. We knew they were coming. We
'Cause
knew
it's fun.
exactly
It's
how you're
live
going to
theater.
deliver. Exactly.
Yeah.
Down to like Andrew doing "It's an R drop" and me going "Boo" with the audiences, and everyone was like, "Oh!" I was like, I don't care.
Oh man,
Good times.
it's a good episode, Carlos.
This is a good one.
I like this movie.
This is a good movie. Y'all go see it. Probably still in theaters when this releases, but go
Yeah.
rent it, stream it, go see it.
Find some way to watch this thing.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool.
Well, this has been another episode of
Keegan and Carlos.
Carlos's Scary Movie Podcast. Mouth feels.
Hey, thanks for listening to us, everybody.
Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever platform you're listening to us on.
And follow us on Instagram and Facebook so you can make sure you keep up with all of our fun shenanigans.
And if you have any suggestions for scary movies, let us know.
Thanks for listening to Keegan and Carlos's Scary Movie Podcast.